Hello, and welcome to the Tips with Toni podcast. I'm Toni Marinucci, your registered dietitian, helping you get healthy one bite at a time. I am so excited for you to meet this very next guest. Bridgitte Carroll is a registered dietitian and business coach for registered dietitians who maybe are too afraid to take that leap into building their own business, or maybe I think she works a little bit more advanced. She'll tell you more about what she does. You might already have a business, but she's going to teach you how to get to the next level. I'm super excited to have her on here. It's always such an inspiring thing for me to bring on other dietitians doing what I do, but just doing it way better, crushing it, and like helping other people do that. I told Bridget before we started recording, like people come to me all the time for like business advice, and I love them and I respect them and I appreciate them, but my heart's just not in it. So I'm just so excited to have Bridget here to answer all of the questions and just to be a really incredible resource for you guys who are listening, who are inspiring to start your own business or currently already have one. And I just want to know how to take it to the next level. So without further ado, Bridget, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you so much for having me, Toni. It's been so great to get to know you too. I mean, you inspire me and I just love that. So thank you, and excited for this conversation. So like Toni said, I'm a registered dietitian and also a dietitian business coach. So I got into dietetics when I was in high school, and I was an injured athlete, and I realized like I really had to work on nutrition to stay healthy because I couldn't exercise anymore. And so I started researching things like high fructose corn syrup and all those fun things, started really eating healthy and feeling better, and went to school to be a registered dietitian. Had a lot of issues myself with my gut and just really not feeling well. By the time I was out of college, I was the healthiest eater I knew, but I was on 5 different medications to be able to poop every day. You know, I was on Miralax, I was on thyroid medication, migraine medication, birth control, like all of these different things were going really wrong. So instead of traditional dietetics, I went into functional medicine so I could help myself and learn how I could get rid of my gut issues, thyroid issues, migraine issues, all of those things, and really delved into functional medicine, which was really cool. And that's how, for the last 6 years, I've been helping a lot of my clients is really with their gut health and with functional medicine being really effective for that.
Awesome. And so what made you decide to transition from, I know you still help people with their gut health, but you're also now helping other registered dietitians like take their business to the next level. So, you know, maybe speak a little bit more to like why it is that you do that, whereas you could kind of just continue to just coach people and like how to heal their gut. Why is it that you've decided to teach other dietitians how to do it too?
Well, I think a lot of times, like we create our jobs out of necessity, right? Like we see a need, like what you do with your clients or what I've done with my clients. We've seen a need in that people need help in this specific area. And I've been a mentor to dietitians since I've been a dietitian. So I've always wanted to help dietitians to be better. And I'm really big into self-development. And read all the self-development books out there. I freaking love them. And so when I started my business, I was crazy successful. Like the first month in business, my first month was $42,000. And why I say that is like, I felt like before I even started my business, I had the tools to have a really successful business because I'd been working on myself for so many years. And I'd been trying to develop these skills that are really needed to be a very successful dietitian business owner. And I knew that mentoring dietitians was always on my heart. I love our profession, but I feel like we're not taught a lot of things that we need to be great dietitian business owners. And there's a lot of limiting beliefs in our profession as a whole that I wanted to debunk. One of those, not being able to make money as a dietitian. You know, you and I have both debunked that, right? So I saw this need and started working, and I got asked by dietitians, hey, can you help me make the business that you've grown? And realizing that I think that that's really a part of my true calling is empowering dietitians and showing them the way and inspiring them. So why I say, you know, my first monthly rate is I want dietitians to come with me, do this too, and I want to be able to help guide them there. So that's kind of where this pivot has come from, out of need and people asking and realizing I'm really freaking good at coaching other dietitians in their own business.
Yeah, definitely. And you also practice what you preach. You have mentors, you've had coaches, like you didn't build your business from doing it completely on your own either. So you probably know just the benefit of getting a coach.
1,000%. I mean, I think you and I both agree that like when you have a business, you have to invest in yourself. And I think what's interesting in the dietitian world is that we invest in undergrad and we invest in our internship. And then, some of us invest in our masters. And it's such a long road to being a dietitian that we're kind of like, okay, now I'm done, right? The learning is done and the investing is done. But if you're going to be a dietitian business owner, my belief is that you really always need a coach in a container, whether that's a mastermind, group coaching program, that's always up leveling you. You know what I mean? And I think complacency or comfort in your business is actually can be detrimental because you're not growing and expanding, whether that's on a life self-growth area or that's income in your business level.
Yeah, definitely. And I think that's whether you have a business or not. I think investing in yourself and bettering yourself and I think, one thing I know that you believe in is being able to kind of expand and up leveling quicker. Do you think that is related to investing in yourself, or are there other ways that you can expand and up level quicker? Because I think that's important in life.
So important. I think there's so many ways to do something, right? And even how you and I have gotten to where we go, we took crazy different paths, right? And everyone's going to take different paths. But if you want to hit those huge goals, then by investing in yourself, you do it quicker. So even the investment in itself, and there are so many parallels to business as there are to health, right? When a client is going to work with you or I or any other dietitian, them investing and saying heck yes to their health almost makes it a more of a priority, right? They're putting money towards it and they're putting energy. And that investment almost makes them feel better sometimes, right?
It's like 50% of the equation.
Yes.
Literally, I never we're in the same mastermind, by the way. So Bridget, I don't know if, and Bridget's going to explain what a mastermind is because I know she's hosting one herself, right? You're hosting one in June.
Yes.
Yeah. So she'll talk about that more, but we're currently in a mastermind and I'll never forget paying for it was the most exciting day of my life. I was oh my God, this is going to be everything for me because I've never in my life spent so much money on a coach before and on a program. But at the same time, I know that when you pay attention and this is going to be just, it just feels so good. It just feels so good. And now it's you got to level up. And I also think that's probably why some people are a little bit resistant to investing in themselves because they know that now it's oh, well, now I got to show up. Now I got to do the work. Now I can't complain that life is passing me by. I put this money in here. I got to make it count, and now the work comes. And that's the part a lot of people are, as dietitians, we love work, but it could be a little scary when we are going away from what's considered normal work, quote unquote. I put air quotes, can't see me, but
yeah. I mean, absolutely. As dietitians, we're taught do. And I think that investment, I mean, the mastermind that we're both in, I remember the nauseous kind of feeling that I had to wire money and I love to be transparent. So mastermind we're in, $35,000 people, that much, a year of school, a year of your master's or whatever. And writing, I actually had to wire the money. So writing that form of okay, I'm wiring $35,000, that to do up leveled me so much and was all right, now I got to do the darn thing. And so I think, investing in yourself, whether it's health or with your business, is so important. And I had to get out of my own way, right? Yeah. That's why it's almost what you were saying is okay, now the work comes, because many times there's this limiting belief, right? These limiting beliefs that we have, I'm not good enough. So that sometimes or I see other people doing this, but I can't do this. That's almost what's holding you back more, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And so when you make that investment, you're saying heck yes, and the universe hears you and is like, okay, she's ready to up level. She just spent this amount in her of money. Money is just energy, right? So you're putting energy toward this.
Yeah.
And I think it's so, 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 so important. And if there's any advice that someone takes away from even our conversation, it's invest in yourself, invest
Mm-hmm.
in your business,
Mm-hmm.
because it is just going to get you there quicker. And it did for me. And I know it's done that for you too.
Yeah, definitely. I would not be doing what I'm doing today. I just hired 2 dietitians to join my team, expanding my team. I'm about to be 31 years old. I know for a fact that if I didn't invest in my very first mentor, and you know, it's so sad. The old job that I had, they let all their dietitians go. So I was going to say I'd still be working in my old job, but they just let everybody go. So I wouldn't have been. I would have been forced to do what I'm doing now, but like two and a half years later. I'm almost like 3 years into my business, right? So like I would have been forced to do it. Instead, look at where I am now. And now I could always, I still have, I'm only 30. Like and I think you're even young. We're young. We're young chickadees. Okay. We got lots ahead for ourselves. Like it's super exciting. And it's all because we decided to expand and up level quicker. Yeah. And investing definitely helps. And I'm going to also be transparent. This mastermind, I actually had the money. It was very great. Previous masterminds, previous coaches, I charged money I did not have. Mm-hmm. It made no sense. I went into more debt to get out of debt. And I don't think a lot of people understand that when you're investing in the right thing. So when you're spending money on BS stuff, like there's a bunch of it, and then you choose to use that money and investments come back. Spending money is a waste of money. It's never coming back. And it's just a waste of energy. Could you expand actually on that component about that money is energy? Because I don't think people get that. I think money mindset, honestly, for me to get to where I'm at, and I know you had to do it too, you had to change the money story. You had to change like your money mindset. You had to really understand that like it comes back. Money is not something to never spend, to keep tight, and it's also like not something to worry and to fear that like it's going away, because that mindset is like the same reason why people who struggle with their weight and are so afraid of weight gain, and they're so afraid of letting go of that restriction. And then meanwhile, 10 years later, they end up gaining more and more weight because they're just afraid of being overweight. And then they look back on photos and they're like, oh my God, my body was amazing then. Like, why didn't I appreciate it then? Yes. So can you speak to that a little bit? I think people would get that and get in a lot of insight with that.
Yeah. So there are so many energetic components of money, but really like from a like high level, money energy is love and gratitude. And same with body, like, or self-love is love, gratitude, and appreciation for what you already have. Right. And I'm sure you preach that to your clients. So to get one, we have to, before we can even get into the energy of money and be literally attracting money, making money out of thin air. That's what my coaches say that I did, which I never understood that, but now I get it. You have to figure out what are your limiting beliefs around money. Like one you just said is, if I spend money, it's not coming back, which was actually my money story. I grew up with a mom who was frightened to spend money because she was so broke in her childhood. So that's what I picked up was, if I spend money, it doesn't come back to me. I also learned in our dietitian schooling that I have to work more to make more. And that is not the case. So there are so many limiting beliefs that we can hold in ourselves, but also that our profession holds. You know what I mean? Yeah. So we really have to like turn that around and embody that, I don't have to work more to make more money. I get to be more, and I get to attract my clients by embodying who I am and how I can help them. And then how we attract more money is really getting into high energy. When I say that, I mean gratitude, love, and appreciation. Those are the highest vibe energy states. Think about it. If you are negative, if you are in fear, you're going to attract that more into your life. If you are already in gratitude and love and appreciation, you're going to attract money, because money likes that. The universe is like, okay, I'll go towards that. It's really interesting. My favorite book, For the Love of Money. Or, oh my gosh, that's that is our mentors podcast. Also a really good show.
Yeah.
Happy Pocket Full of Money is my favorite book about money. And it's incredible. It really teaches you the energetics of money, which I'm actually running a workshop in May.
Oh, nice.
The energetics of money. So that'll be really cool.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, that's a book that is circling around the mastermind. I know it's on my list. I have from our meeting in March, I have a list of so many books. And I'm challenging myself to read more. And I normally listen to audiobooks because I go through them faster if I listen to them. But now I'm trying to like read more. So it's taking me longer to get through this list of books. So I'm still on book number 1. But I think I'm going to pick that one up. I'm so super excited about it. But all right. So I guess I feel like people might be listening and they're like excited, but what if they struggle with like imposter syndrome? Like, what if they're like, yeah, Toni and Bridgitte can do that, but like, I can't. Like, yeah, that's great for you, but like, what? No, that wouldn't work for me. Like, what would you say to someone who may be struggling with that mindset?
Well, I think the number one key to curing imposter syndrome is to know that every freaking person deals with it.
Right.
Not even kidding. Mm-hmm. Who's an example? I was going to use like an NBA player. I don't know why. I was going to say Michael Jordan has dealt with imposter syndrome. Like everyone, I'm sure Kanye maybe at some point deals with imposter syndrome. Like, all of these famous people, everyone deals with it. And when I never really dealt with imposter syndrome until we had our recent mastermind, because those people around us were making, we had a woman in the room making $4 million a year. Mm-hmm. And I think if we realize, holy crap, everyone deals with it, then it makes it less scary. Mm-hmm. How we fully cure imposter syndrome, although it's always going to come up, little bits of it, which is okay, is self-worthiness, which is also how you make more money and get into the energy of money. If you believe you're worthy from like a subconscious aspect, like your subconscious is what's running the show without you knowing it. Your consciousness is what's coming out of your mouth and what you're thinking, but your subconscious runs the show. Mm-hmm. If your subconscious believes that you are not worthy because you felt unworthy when you were 5 years old, mm-hmm. back in your childhood, that is going to be playing on replay in the back of your mind. Mm-hmm. And then you're not going to charge what you're worth because you don't even feel like you're worthy. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Or I'm like thinking too, a lot of dietitians definitely struggle with like people pleasing. A lot of dietitians are very type A. Mm-hmm. And so I think like for me personally, when I first started, I just wanted to help everybody at the expense of my energy and my happiness. And I know so many people can relate to that. And so part of that sometimes too is, decreasing your value, decreasing your prices, decreasing your energy, just to meet that person where they're at, but that you're doing them a disservice. Your job, and like Bridgitte said, we're in a room of people who are just like, we're killing it. But then when you get in a room of people who are like really killing it, it's like, oh, wait a minute, like I got to work a little bit harder. And so all that to say, like, your job as the coach is to empower that person and to make them work harder, because if nothing changes, nothing changes. Mm-hmm. So you have to, just like by you lowering your prices, you're lowering their energy. They're not going to show up as much. They're not going to realize this is as serious. It's not going to give that same excitement that we've gotten when we've invested thousands and thousands of dollars in something that seems super scary, but is also like, oh my God, like this is literally what's going to move the needle for me.
Yeah. And I think too, even that example that you gave of like, okay, I'm trying to decrease my prices so this person can work with me because I want to help them so much. Like you said, it's decreasing the energy of that exchange. It's also a self-worth issue as well, because you don't value yourself. Mm-hmm. And if you're undercharging and you're on this diet, what I call the dietitian hamster wheel, then your energy when you go to show up for that client isn't going to be there because you're seeing 25 clients a week.
Yeah.
Which is what we go.
Which is what I like. And guys, full transparency, like I know all of this and even I still struggle with it. And that's also why I knew I needed to invest in a mentor and a coach to pull me out of it. I would still be taking on 30, 40 clients. At one point, I was almost at 50 clients a month. And some people do it. And I'm just like, I don't understand. But like, it is just, it's not fair. It's not fair to anybody. Because then the client who signs on is not getting that same energy when I have 15 clients versus when I have 30, 40, 50 clients. Like it's not fair at all. And so sometimes we need to have that person to just kind of push us a little bit.
I think like you said in the beginning, I think everyone needs it and you always need it. You know what I mean? Like if you're being complacent in your business, like that, you're not going to have growth. We want to be, it's like the example we were using about your body. You want to be happy now, but be pushing towards, progress or excellence. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. So I guess let's kind of go back a little bit. Cause I know you're currently working on, this mastermind, and I'm assuming like part of the mastermind is like having community. Like, why do you think it's so important to build a community when you're building a private practice? Cause like you're going a private practice, you're pretty much a solo entrepreneur. You might expand and have a little bit of people on your team. So why is building a community so important?
Well, okay. So when I was working for other people still, I was in private practice, and this was just 8 months ago when I started my business, fully on my own in this virtual setting. COVID really pushed me to go out on my own by myself. I had 2 of my best friends were functional dietitians working in private practice already. And I remember the moment I asked my good friend what her income goals were for that year. And she said very casually, $350,000 to $400,000. And you should have seen my mouth to the floor. Like, and in that moment, I remember so specifically because in a millisecond, I expanded what I believed was possible for me. And that's what one of my mentors calls expanders. They expand, they're doing what you are doing, and they show you that next level is possible. That's why a mastermind is so beneficial, because you see people doing things differently than you and getting the results that you want. So I had expanders in my own life, which allowed me to have so much success in my first month, in my first 6 months. If I didn't have those expanders around me, I wouldn't be where I am right now. And it's a really quick way to growth, because you can say, you're doing that. Okay, I can do that too. It's not about competition with them. It's about bringing yourself into their level of abundance. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, and I think that's another thing that people probably will learn as they, grow their business. You can't be in competition with people. We might have the same exact clients because you specialize in gut health and like I specialize in, disordered eating, but either way, we can still work together. There's no competition. So like we might have similarities, but we have to just believe that there's billions of people that need our help. And so if you go in with that, like, oh, I can't share my secrets, like it's not going to be helpful.
Yeah. There's a quote, rising tide lifts all ships or lifts all boats. When you're uplifted, I'm uplifted. Even if we were both gut health dietitians, it's both like, hey, you're doing this. That's amazing. I'm doing this. And you're keep up leveling each other. The end goal for all of us, and why we went into this business for most dietitians, is to help people. Yeah. And if we can help people better, if we can all help more people, that's really the goal. And I actually think like in our profession, competition is very much like kind of taught. Like there's kind of like this competitive side to nutrition. And I'm doing what I'm doing with business coaching to also like get rid of these limiting beliefs that like collaboration, lifting each other up is going to make us all so much more successful though. So that's the kind of dietitians I'm attracting for this now dietitian mastermind that I'm creating, which I'm so freaking excited about.
I'm so excited for you. So talk more about what is a mastermind? And when does yours start? Where is it going to be? What's happening?
So, a mastermind is simply a group of like-minded people coming together and collaborating on their business. And I've invested in dietitian masterminds and I've invested in non-dietitian masterminds. Like actually the mastermind we're both in, we're the only two dietitians out of 25 people, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, super cool. And so I was shocked. And I know you were too.
Yeah.
When Chris was like, there's another dietitian in the mastermind, you're like, are you sure? And then I was like, is she a dietitian or like, is she just like into nutrition and like, a coach that, we know what they are, but they're not real dish. Like, I'm like, is it a dietitian?
Well, there's also a very high income level to get into the mastermind that we're in. Yeah. So for me, I was like, heck yeah, another dietitian killing it. So my mastermind is really for those dietitians who already have a successful business. So whether, they've been successful, they're the one-on-one clients and maybe they have a group program, but they're already hitting that like 6-figure mark yearly in their business. And they want those people around them that are going to support them, but they also want to be learning more. So in a mastermind, many times what happens, and when we had our in-person mastermind, we had other experts come and teach. It's not like it's very different from a group coaching program. A coaching program, if I were to run one of those, which I don't yet for dietitians, I just have one-on-one or this mastermind, is that you're being directly coached by that person who's hosting it. But in a true mastermind, the beauty and the magic is in the collaboration of everyone. And that's really powerful because we just talked about expanders being really powerful. But I'm putting this group together really to be a group of already high-performing dietitians that are ready to make it into the multi-6-figure level and even grow into a 7-figure dietitian, whether that's, at the end of the year or something like that. And so I think that's going to be amazing. Also, the people that I really want to be working with, and I know the people that you surround yourself with are heart-centered people, right? I talk about money a lot, and we kind of alluded to this before. Money is energy. It's the energy of love, gratitude, and appreciation. All of the dietitians that I one-on-one coach right now and who I'm calling in for this mastermind believe that their impact in the world by helping more people in a better way creates more income. The income is just proof that they're making more impact in the world and they're changing more lives.
Yeah.
So I love that aspect too, because I'm really calling in the best of the best type of people who are ready to freaking take it to the next level.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's so needed too. It's so needed right now. There's a lot of masterminds for dietitians for entry level, very, very beginner basic. And that's where I struggled. That's why what you're creating, I didn't know of it because to be honest, it didn't exist yet. You just created it and you just existed. But like basically anytime I would be in a mastermind, I felt like I was helping everybody in that mastermind. That's not what my job is, to just be helping everyone and not getting anything in return. So what you're offering right now is exactly what I needed, but I, a little bit too late, but it's needed. It's so needed. It's so needed,
I think so who I'm going to have. So I already have people signed up for this mastermind. I have someone where she came in and her goals were $300,000. We did a deep dive session, which all of my mastermind people are going to get, and we doubled her goal. Her new goal is $600,000 a year. And that was by not working more and taking more vacation, but aligning her offers with the lifestyle she wants. So she was undercharging. And she wasn't running a group program. So we added that in, and now she can make a bigger impact, help more people, and make more income. So I think that's really important too. So I think it's going to vary a little bit. The minimum requirement is that you're a 6-figure dietitian. And that's because, so we don't have entry level people. And then, people who are making $500,000.
Yeah. So you don't have people, right. Then it's like they're joining and helping other people. This is for you to literally have everyone be collaborating and helping each other.
Yes, 1,000%. So I think it's going to be incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm so excited for you. So when does it start and how does somebody sign up?
So it starts in June. Message me on Instagram at Well by Bridgitte and let's just start talking about it. I really want to make sure it's a good fit for you. And also I want to make sure you're a good fit for it, for anyone interested, because I'm cultivating and curating this group. And if someone's negative Nancy, you're not going to get in. You're not touching the positive energy of the vibe in the vibes. It's also going to be a group of people that really understand that self-care is important. We're going to actually do an in-person event this year. And the whole first day is going to be about self-care and luxury spa experience, which I'm so excited.
I think I need to come. That is what I need in my life. I need a reason. I treated myself the day after the mastermind in Arizona. I totally did that for myself. It wasn't part of it, but I was like, I got a facial, I got a massage, I got all the things, mani-pedi, everything. I'm just like, somebody take care of me.
You need that. That's why, you can't be taking on 30 clients a week, 20.
Yeah. It's exhausting, guys. It's literally exhausting. I'm like so excited. These dietitians are getting clients and I'm just like, I can't wait to breathe again.
Because you don't have time for yourself and to recharge your battery.
Yeah.
So I'm so excited. We start in June. There's only 11 spots that I'm opening up for this first round. So it's a very small group. I already have tons of applications, which I'm so excited about, and some people signing up. It's April when we're talking about this. I don't know if in May we're going to fill up. I just really don't know. I'm so excited for it though, because it's really what I needed. And I took everything I've learned from all of my coaches. I've invested in almost $100,000 in less than a year in my own business. And, I'm bringing together everything I've learned and then things I intuitively know, to curate this group. So I'm so freaking pumped.
I'm so excited for you. I'm so excited for you guys. Definitely remind everyone where they can find you. What's your handle on Instagram?
Well by Bridgitte. And DM me there. Just DM me mastermind if you specifically want to chat about that. If you're a dietitian that's aspiring to $10,000 a month, I also do one-on-one coaching. So if you don't yet make it to that mastermind level for my higher level dietitian, then I do 3-month coaching packages. And I've had a client quadruple her income in that 3 months. So even if it's not working with me, guys, and I know our dietitians need to hear this more, is invest in yourself, invest in a coach, always keep investing. Cause like what you said, that money's going to come back for you.
Yeah. And I never really understood that saying you have to spend money to make money. Like I used to hear that growing up. I used to hear my dad say it. My dad owns his own business and but I heard it. It never really made sense to me, but now I totally get it.
Yes.
You really got to spend money to make money. If you want to be making, $200, $300, $400, $500,000, $500,000 a year, whatever, you got to invest a good amount of that to get it back. You can't expect it just in, spending, hundreds of dollars. You need to be spending thousands of dollars.
Thousands upon thousands. Our mentor.
Lots of credit cards. I'm not kidding you guys. But I wasn't good with my money. Honestly, if I never became an entrepreneur, I also, not only would I not be where I'm at today, but I don't know, I probably would have filed for bankruptcy. I was not good at managing money. And even when I started making money, I didn't know how to save it. I didn't know what I was doing with it. And then I finally learned it and mastered it. But honestly, maybe it was a good thing that I was bad at managing my money because it made me go into debt. A lot of debt in order to get to where I'm at, whatever. So it's worth it.
I honestly think even that is a great money decision to put a freaking business coach on a credit card. I have client potential.
It's also an expense too. You can write it off if you have an LLC,
right?
Or
Yeah, but that's not spending money bad. I actually am so proud of younger Toni for putting it on a credit card, because I have clients all the time that are trying to start business, or potential business coaching clients that are trying to start a business, and they're saying this, and this is ridiculous.
Yeah.
I will hire you when I start making money.
Yeah. No. Oh, lies. You're never going to make money.
You're never going to make money. It's the same thing as I'll hire a dietitian once I start losing weight, or I'll hire a dietitian when my gut starts feeling better. No, you need to hire to get there.
Yeah. I recently had someone, so hard to, but I don't even know if I guess basically like explored that she has disordered eating patterns. And so she's going to work with her therapist before she works with me.
Like, hello.
That's great. You explored it, but the therapist can only help you with awareness. And, the therapist is amazing, but like, this is exactly what I do. That's what I specialize in, helping you with disordered eating. So I don't understand. Like, what does that mean? What does that mean?
We're taught, honestly, I think we're taught too much to be good with our money. And like you're saying, being bad with your money,
reckless,
not being bad.
I was so reckless, but honestly, it got me to where I'm at today. So, and now I know better. Now I know, now I don't have any debt. Now I have money saved. I'm only 30, right? So whoever's listening to this, like, it's the time to screw up is in your 30s, like before you're 30, like do it in your 20s, like figure your stuff out. Like, it's worth it, because then you can, like, 30 is amazing, because 30, you know yourself, you are just like are making money, so like you can enjoy your life. It's just like so much better, but like, don't be afraid to get a little messy first.
I completely agree. Our mentor and our business coach, Chris Harder, always says your goal of the amount of yearly money you want to make, spend 10% of that on business coaches. And so my goal before I turn 30, which is actually in December, is to hit $1 million. So I spent $100,000 on business coaches from my I call it your higher future self.
Yep.
Make decisions, because young Toni was making decisions based on older Toni with a lot of money. Yes, and trusting that money is going to come back to you. It's all about, again, getting into that high vibe of trust, appreciation, joy, and gratitude. Your money's going to come back to you.
Yep, definitely.
So when you swipe that credit card, or when you say, I'm investing in that mastermind, the universe is like, yeah, girl. And it's going to give you opportunities right then and there. It's going to up-level you right then and there.
Well, also too, a lot of it is just connection and knowing people.
Yes. We've talked, and you're referring dietitians to me for business coaching, and I'm referring people to you because we don't do the exact same thing at all. So when people come to me with disordered eating, they're going to get sent to you. I'm not going to take them.
Right.
And that's also showing the universe, hey, I work in my, what I call zone of genius. And I'm referring people. I know that the right people are going to come to me.
Totally. Yeah. Karma. It's all about karma.
Yeah.
Awesome. This is so great. Bridgitte, thank you so much. Is there any last minute kind of comments or things you wanted to talk about before we wrap up today?
Just like, believe in yourself that you can make the money that you want to make the impact you want to make in this world, and live the life that you want, because all of it is possible. You've just got to invest in the people, the business mastermind, the coach that is going to show you how it's possible. You don't have to know the how on your own. Actually, that would be ridiculous if you knew the how. You need to invest in people who have been there, done it before, and get in the freaking room with those people.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Awesome. All right. So guys, go follow Bridgitte. Make sure you message her mastermind if you're interested in working with her, either doing the mastermind or one-on-one coaching. Maybe you're not making, 6 figures yet, but you want to be. She can help you get there, so you can, because you're doing the mastermind in June, and you might do another one at the end of the year, right?
I will be doing one. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you might not qualify for this one, but you might qualify for the one at the end of the year, but the best way to be able to get qualified for the mastermind is to work with her one-on-one, basically.
Yeah, that's right.
Awesome. Awesome. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for listening. Bridgitte, thank you so much for being here. If you're not already subscribed to the Tips with Toni podcast, definitely hit that subscribe button. A new episode comes out every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And when you're subscribed, you don't miss a beat. All right. As always, this is Toni Marinucci, your registered dietitian, helping you get healthy one bite at a time.